This podcast is rated MA. It may contain coarse language, sexual situations, and fantasy violence. It is not recommended for persons under 17. Welcome to another episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse, Rage Across St. Louis. This is episode 5, Roadway Shipping. This is Kirk, and I am the storyteller for Werewolf the Apocalypse.
This is Seth, and I'll be playing Dax Gibbons.
I'm Mary, playing a character Blaze.
I'm Julia, and I'm playing Abigail Morningkill.
Fade it from black. A plane taxis up a runway with no other traffic on it. The small private plane eventually comes to stop next to a long black limo. The night sky is slowly giving way to dawn. The door opens like a mouth in the neck of the metal bird, and a good-looking man in his late 20s ducks down as he moves out to the top of the stairs. He looks around with his piercing blue eyes, and the limo door opens and a large disfigured man in a dark cloak limps to the bottom of the stairs. The man with dark hair and blue eyes slowly descends the stairs to meet the robed figure. Behind them, a limo driver exits the vehicle and retrieves luggage from the flight crew and puts it in the trunk while they talk. "Deacon Lutz," the hunched figure says as he averts his eyes. "It's Bishop now that she's dead," Lutz replies. "My apologies, I was not informed." The robed figure recoils. "I'm Leopold. I don't care. Take me to Facades. I want to see where she was murdered." "Your Holiness, I must warn you that the sun is about to rise. I should take you to Glaucia's place for the day. We can come back tomorrow night." The blue eyes burrows into the top of Leopold's head, and he squirms without looking up. "Fine. Bishop, I have refreshments for you for our trip across the river." Leopold lurches back to the limo door as Lutz strides over and gets in. Leopold shuts the door and circles around to the other side of the limo and gets in, and the limo takes off towards St. Louis. Inside, it's cool and dark, and the bishop stares ahead at a figure lying covered in a blanket on the front seat in front of them. "Help yourself, Bishop," Leopold says as he reaches forward with an impossibly elongated, gnarled arm that lightly gathers the blanket and moves it off the figure. A young girl in a Catholic school outfit lies in the black leather seat. 3 velvet tentacles of shadow rise up out of the darkness surrounding the bishop and snake through the air towards the girl. Each tentacle moves in on the girl from a different angle. The pulsing tendrils scoop her up gently, and the girl does not stir. "I have infused her with the finest peach liqueur," Leopold says as the bishop draws the girl close to his mouth. She floats over both of them as Bishop Lutz opens his mouth to reveal 2 fangs that sink into her neck. After a beat, the girl moves away slightly. "Most exquisite," he says, and the girl slowly moves back to his mouth, and he begins to drink. Fade to black. Cut to black. We'll open back up on the cairn, and you all are sitting around dinner talking to your new packmate. Seems very quiet. He's not very social, doesn't really want to talk about a whole lot. He has been human for about a year and a half, so all of his social whatevers are not there. He's very naive about a lot of things. Is there any experience points you guys want to spend? Any upkeep or anything that we didn't do last time? I thought we did it all, but...
Oh, no. Because we're not coming up on a new day.
I think I was saving mine, so I think we only have, 9?
Yeah, I'm saving mine.
I'm down to 6, and I've spent some of them.
Okay.
I think I'm okay with, waiting.
Okay. They bring out some meat, and someone has stew and some other stuff like that around from some of the different camps. So pretty much whatever you want is being served at some portion of the cairn. Dark Tree That Laughs is asking you guys questions every once in a while about your last mission to downtown and all that stuff. But
he's our new packmate, so I'm assuming we'll tell him everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we won't withhold.
Yeah, he listens, and it doesn't seem like he's been out of the cairn since the incident happened, so about a year.
Oh, so he hasn't been outside. Oh, okay.
Because when you become a guardian, you're in the cairn all the time.
So he's no longer a guardian network.
Correct.
But we're
kind
of
of temporary.
Okay,
we'll
so
come,
you were
we'll
temporarily
have
put
duties,
into it. Yeah.
Like, and I think we'll still have to fill in like every so often in the month.
Everyone takes a
But
cycle.
we still have other lives.
Right.
Cool. So that's not our sole responsibility.
Yeah, when you become a guardian, that's it. You're there full time.
Okay. I kind of assumed that, but I was like, maybe they're prepping us for it, but that would make sense. So.
No. It's just there's only so many werewolves, and the place is huge.
Well, and she was saying they're short-handed anyway, so.
Right. Normally would have, I think, twice as many than what they actually have. So
I'm gonna get a stand for this because the way my paper sits and the way the lights are, I can't read half of it because it just reflects right off of the lead. I need to get one of those like stands.
typing stands.
Yeah, or
Put
like,
your stuff on the side.
or even like the tablet stand. It'll work.
Oh yeah. You guys finish your food, and people are started breaking up, moving into their own areas. Some of the smaller packs are meeting or going off and doing things. Eventually, you guys hear someone coming up behind your group. It's almost like they have, in the main gathering area, lots of little satellite fires, and you guys are kind of one of those side pits. Somebody else dug it for you, dug a fire pit.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
right.
dig.
Make the peons do it.
Yeah, I don't dig.
They dug it for you, yeah. It's one of those things that it's not glamorous. There's no like log seats or anything, so.
We even made them turn into wolf form to do it.
You guys hear footsteps coming up behind you. As you turn around, it is Round Spider, a large...
Brown or round?
Round.
Ground spider.
It sounds somehow more terrifying. Like, I don't know why, but
She's a older African-American lady, dreads, bright colors on her clothes, and she smiles. You, Dax, met her when you first came into St. Louis.
Ah, that's right. That's right.
She's a silent strider, so she's generally one of the werewolves who doesn't really take a home. They kind of move all over the place, but she's kind of used St. Louis as her home base for the last decade or so, and so she doesn't go out moving a whole lot. All right.
New City. She lives in New City.
Yep. She comes up to you guys and says, "How are you all getting along?"
Well enough.
Dark Tree laughs, just nods. He's in lupus form as much as he can be, so it's not difficult to talk to him. You can kind of pick up what's going on.
Oh, is he in that way so he can heal? Is that
He just
it's just his
That's
natural,
just
his
his
natural
natural
form.
He-
Yeah.
okay?
And as long as we're here in the cairn and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you
we
know.
can understand.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
She brings in a handful of sweets from St. Louis. There's some like little gooey butter cake sort of cookie things, and she hands them over to you all.
Gooey butter cake cookies are amazing.
This is your welcoming gift to St. Louis. If some of you have grown up here, you get to have them.
So what are these cookies again? I've never had these.
They're little sugar cookies with lots of butter.
They're delicious and soft.
The cake is
I
better.
don't like
The
butter.
cake is better, but they don't taste like butter. They're just
All right,
sweet.
all right.
Just made with a lot of butter.
Yeah.
I'll
They're
try it. I'll
just
try
not
it.
healthy.
And she slowly kind of squats down and gets down on a knee and then sits carefully, kind of looks at the fire for a little bit. Eventually she turns back to you all and says, "I think we found out a pattern in the paperwork that you brought back to us from the wrecked truck."
Oh, yeah. I forgot we had that.
We've
Where
been-
you got your scar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She said it's a shipping company downtown, just north of downtown actually, and it seems like they're moving a lot of earth around to an incinerator, but none of the paperwork here shows where it's at. It's like it's receipts of, gas and other things that may be along the way. But we're wondering if you all could go and scout the area or scout the building and see if you can bring back any more information for us, or if it's, doesn't seem like it's too much, do some follow-up
Yeah, I don't see why
as to
not.
what's going on. So there's a lot of shipments that are being moved, but it's not being moved very far. It's very odd. We don't know what's going on.
Do you know what's the name of the company?
The company is called Roadway Shipping, and like I said, it's just north of
Like downtown proper?
downtown. Yeah,
Like
It's
north
in
of the
kind
dome? Okay.
It's in kind of the blown out area, and this is 1998, so the dome was there.
Yeah, the dome was there.
Uh,
It's around when we won
It's a
the Super Bowl.
rough area. A lot of burned out buildings and abandoned buildings and things like that.
Okay.
But and she says we also want to know some information on the trucks, because that is a very strange thing to have doped up drivers that aren't really driving a truck. It just reeks of the worm. So
Now, did we ever determine if so they are human.
Mm-hmm.
Did we know what they're doped up on? Did we ever find that out? No.
you guys didn't really investigate.
No, we got as far as figuring out that he wasn't really driving and that it was sort of a weird automatic driving thing where
Right.
he was just sitting there making it look like there's a driver.
Yeah.
but he was very out of it. We didn't get farther than that.
Yeah, because I was dying.
Yeah,
That happens.
That's I mean, and we
Yeah.
none of us were in particularly good shape at that point. I don't think.
And we were new.
Yeah, and
I
we
mean,
were really
we'd only met a half hour before.
Yeah.
right, and we had just found paperwork, and got really excited about it, and then brought it back, where everybody got even more excited about it.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that's the leads. That's the war. So she says, whenever you want in the morning, take off, or if you want to do it tomorrow night, that's up to you guys. Just make sure it's sort of a scouting mission to see what you can find out.
But nobody's done any scouting of the building or the area
No.
yet, so we're going to be the first one. So we don't even know if they operate during the day.
Right. This is your,
So-
you're given sort of the dibs on it or something like that. You're giving first choice to follow up on this.
Okay.
Because we found the initial.
Right.
I
Okay.
personally
Nobody
think-
else wants to scoop you.
I personally think that we should go early morning like dawn and then
Yeah.
again late at night if we don't find anything.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
was gonna say because if they were driving at night, then chances are during the day it'll probably be less activity. But
We
Yeah,
can maybe
give it
scope out the outside at least
Yeah.
and then watch activity at
and
night.
see what's going on. Yeah, we might as well get as many chances to see what's going on as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
She sits with you guys a couple more hours, has some tea, and
And crumpets.
talks about
Sorry.
stuff. Tea and cookies. Tea and butter cookies.
Now I really want butter.
I know,
cookies.
now
My
you-
sister Barbara makes delicious gooey butter cookies. They're amazing.
Yeah, they are excellent. I don't know about your sisters, but
They are. Barbara can bake. Like, that's the one thing she's got. She can bake. I've gotten more people asking me, so is she married? Like, if I give them her baked goods, they want to date her. And I'm like, she's 21. Stop that. It's weird. The answer is no,
Nice.
but.
Nice.
So sleepy time?
The rest of the night goes by. Yeah, nothing really happens. Ready to go to sleep. Take it 8 hours.
What do we gain back in 8 hours?
I'm going to say everybody gets a willpower point back. I know it's not official anymore with the rules, but gain a willpower point back.
I get to roll my nightmares on waking up.
Yes.
that sounds like fun.
So, yeah. I succeeded. I'm fine. I mean, I still had them, but I'm fine.
Who's wounded? Is anybody hurt?
No, I think we healed up
That was the mother's
No,
type.
yeah, I'm fine.
because we didn't get into any fights the past two.
Right, because we managed to talk
Talk
our
our
way
way.
out of the fight where we rescued Dark Tree that last.
And then we
This
just
is
got
like
honey
for-
the time
can we-
before.
Is it Dark Tree familiarly, or is it?
Do we have to say that whole damn thing every time? I guess is what we're asking.
He says you can call me Dark Tree.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I
would
DT?
ask.
Can I just call you DT?
What about tree?
He looks at both of you just like nonplussed. No twitching ears, no nothing.
Tree it is.
DT.
I just sigh. I sigh.
There's like no reaction. He just keeps looking at each of you.
Big D? Big D?
He's giving you that dog look that
Yeah.
just is expressionless. That's
Yeah, it's a blank.
We'll make it up as we go.
He gets up and walks off. He goes and curls up somewhere and goes to sleep. Your cabin is still there with all your stuff.
It
You guys
better
can
be.
Hit it, hit the bunk.
We'd have to start accusing if anything went missing.
8 hours go by. It's early morning unless you want to get up earlier than 8. It's up to you guys.
yeah. I think we want to get.
We
up,
want to get
like,
there by dawn.
like dawn. Yeah.
Okay, probably 5.
Yep.
Once it's getting up.
Yeah.
I mean, we shouldn't have to go too far since we just have to hop over the river and through the
Yep.
woods.
Yep. All right. Everyone's gathered again in the morning. Some people are up building morning fires and getting things ready for the day. You guys take off?
Yes.
All right.
Now, is Dark Tree coming with us?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't
Yes.
sure if he was still pretty injured and wanted to stay back.
It's DT.
I think you guys healed him up.
Yeah, I took
Yes.
the mother's hands thingy,
Yeah,
mother's touch, but I think he was still pretty nasty. But I'm sure he's had time to recover.
Yeah, lethal still takes a little bit, but he can find somebody else in the cairn to heal him, give him a spot. So he's ready to go, and he's in lupus form and takes off.
I think.
I'll probably jump into lupus form
Yeah,
for speed.
that's just for covering ground. It's good for that.
Okay.
I'm currently in Glabro. I guess I can switch.
Well, we're in a cairn, so you can do it instantly, right?
It is
Is that right?
actually it doesn't. You don't have to do it quickly if you don't
No,
want to.
that's yeah.
Oh,
it just,
okay.
You
Alright.
only have to roll if you
Yeah.
want to go instantly from one form to another. Otherwise, you can just sort of slide through them and
Okay,
get
gotcha.
there eventually.
I will also switch then.
Okay. All right. You guys all take off. Early morning. There is dew on the long grass. You guys are running through. It's midsummer, and the sun's starting to come up. It's just barely getting light. The roadways are pretty empty. Let's do a day. And it is a Sunday morning, we'll just say. So there's not a lot of traffic at all this early. You guys get up to one of the big bridges, and Darktree kind of stops sitting next to it, kind of down a little bit from getting up on it. He kind of looks back at you all like, what do you want to do?
Well, we either turn into people and walk across it, because I think that 4 wolves running across the bridge even this early in the morning would be noteworthy, or no, I'm not swimming in the river. I
Nope.
turn into a human.
Agreed. I mean, obviously we can have 1 or 2 of them be wolf-like.
See if it's, if there's a person with you, we can pretend you're a dog, but...
He slowly shifts into Krynos and reaches into a pouch and pulls out a little mirror. Starts gazing into it.
Oh, I guess that also works.
He shimmers out.
I'd rather
Yeah, I'd
be
rather
outside
stay
of it
here,
right now.
but
yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
he'll meet us on the other side.
Okay.
So you guys can walk?
Yep.
Everybody shifts
Yeah.
and walk? You guys taking your time. Walking across the bridge. I don't know, is there a walkway
Is
across
there
that
a
bridge?
walkway?
Which one? Which bridge? Eads has one.
Yeah, I said,
Okay.
Eads does.
That's the most northern.
No, that's most southern. The most northern
Eads
at
is
that
just the
time was the
prettiest.
Martin Luther King one.
Yeah, MLK.
And that one
Not
just-
Washington?
Nope.
Oh.
I don't think that one existed. The Eads Bridge probably didn't have a walkway in the 90s. They redid that one in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
MLK's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
The MLK is like one of the oldest bridges other than the one you see the train on. That used to be a driving bridge too.
Yeah.
And then they decided it probably wasn't safe for cars, but trains were fine.
Of course, yeah. You know.
You know. I guess it's fine.
I think it was the narrowness.
Right.
Yeah. Those used to be shitty to go across.
Dude, out of game. I walked across. What's the one in Alton? No, not Alton, but North. Ooh.
I don't know the names of our bridges.
Dang it. I know this. There's 2 of them.
Isn't that on the map?
So I'm looking at
It's the one that's closer to Alton.
the McKinley Bridge.
No, it's not quite Alton though. It's like it's fluorescent. It's 270.
Yeah, and it's...
Let me get up here.
Shit, I was just talking about this the other day.
And I know enough people that come over from Illinois that
It does not say. I think it's just the 270 bridge, isn't it?
No, it has a name because
Yeah, there's a familiar name, because they talk about it whenever there's traffic. They give it a name.
No matter how much you zoom in. Oh, new Chain of Rocks Bridge.
yeah, okay, the
Yeah,
Chain of
yeah.
Rocks. So the old Chain of Rocks bridge, I walked across, and fuck that. First of all, I'm scared of bridges anyway. So this was a big like bravery thing for Julie. I'm like, I'm gonna walk across this fucking scary bridge. So this it was built and usable late 1800s, and then they reinforced it and changed a couple things in the like 1930s, and it was open until the 60s or early 70s, I think.
The 30s, that's not even a decade ago. That's fine.
Okay,
30s?
except the bridge is so narrow. I cannot believe 2 cars used to drive across it at one time.
And then there was a sidewalk as well.
No, they just it's no longer drivable. So it's like I think they closed it down since then, but it was a walking / biking bridge to get to and from like a park. But let alone the 50s cars, like those were so wide,
Yeah.
and there was a gas station in the middle of it, and it had a 30-degree kink in it.
Wow.
People drove this. I was like, you couldn't have paid me to drive on this bridge in the 50s. Like, it was crazy. Anyway, really creepy.
What was it?
I recommend at least try looking at it though,
What was the
because
Stan Musial Bridge called before?
it's
New
brand
Mississippi
new.
Bridge?
That one's brand new. They just built that.
I thought it replaced something.
No, they built that from scratch because it's a suspension bridge, and that was none of our bridges are suspension bridges down here except that one now.
I thought it was something else before that.
So you guys hear the pop in my chair whenever I move?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
I will change chairs.
I think the MLK is the most northern. It's probably the one that would put us the closest to North City.
Is that the popping noise? It sounds like you're closing like a 3-ring binder.
Look at this.
Like this?
I thought there was another bridge, because 70 is right there going across. I thought there was something else there before. So if that was not there, the closest bridge would probably be
The Poplar is the other bridge I was trying to think of.
All right.
And that's south.
Yeah.
MLK.
Now I don't pop.
It'd be MLK.
Yeah, MLK Bridge. There's no walking on that one.
It's
So-
dawn on a Sunday. Hopefully it's fine.
Or you can travel a little bit south to the Eads Bridge. It's up to you guys.
That one didn't have a walking thing on it. They redid that in the early 2000s.
Was it open back in the 90s?
It was, but there was no walking on it. We're just gonna be weird looking. I mean, it's like swim the Mississippi, which is a no.
No, I already said that.
Or travel through.
Which we could do, but
Or you can go through the Umbra.
Yeah, but I don't like St. Louis and the Umbra. It was really creepy, and we had a bad experience the first time. I'd like to
and the bridge was
give us a
super
little time.
creepy. What with all the
But we only have to do it long enough to get across the bridge.
Right, but the bridge was the super creepy part.
Yep.
There's
What with
webbing
the
and spiders. And,
Yeah, but, it's just spiders.
you know,
Yeah, I think I'll
I can just look
walk
like a
across the
hobo.
bridge.
It's fine.
Right, it's fine.
All right. I have done it many times in the past. That's how I lost my toes.
On a bridge.
Wait, I thought you told us a different story last night. What?
Well, the stories change.
The outcome is the same, obviously.
Okay, so you three start walking across this bridge.
With traffic. We're not going to go against. We're going to with traffic.
I need to look at this
We're not
bridge.
dumb hobos.
I got to look at this bridge because this bridge could be a nightmare.
Can you look up like 1990 pictures of it?
I'm sure it hasn't changed a whole lot.
They just redid it.
What is just?
Like a year and a half ago. They're still working on it. Like half of it's shut down right now.
I see. You cannot see my head shaking.
Formerly known as Veterans Bridge. In 1987, the states removed the toll for the travel across the bridge. In spring of 1989, the rebuilt bridge was reopened. In 1990, the lighting of the bridge was completed. On October 12th, 2009, the bridge was closed.
Permanently.
In order to reduce the 4-lane configuration down to 3 wider lanes. So there are 4 lanes in each direction, right? Okay. Over the previous 6 years, there have been 38 serious accidents, including several involving multiple fatalities.
Like it doesn't look like a bad, like when you're walking on it and then you see a picture. Sorry, but that's.
Yeah. Why would you build a bridge with a big angle in it?
It's a really cool photo opportunity though because they have those old water houses right off of it and they're still functional.
Yeah.
It's really cool, and you can actually see the actual chain of rocks, which is the rocks that they had to build a canal because people sunk ships there all the time.
So a friend of mine likes to take pictures in weird places, and when he does it, he's got an egg beater on the end of a rope, and he takes what are those metal things you use in the kitchen? Scotch-Brites
A
or
whisk?
something.
A what?
You know what the metal, the fine metal mesh
Steel
that you use
wool.
in the kitchen?
Steel wool, yeah.
Steel wool. Okay, so he takes steel wool, puts it in the egg beater, lights it on fire, and then spins it around in a circle and takes a really long open frame picture. And so it looks like a circle around him. He did it on that bridge with the kink in it.
Huh.
Yeah, at 3 or 4 in the morning when nobody was on it.
Wow. Here is a picture of the bridge. There is literally nowhere to walk that's not in a lane from what I'm seeing.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's crazy. Here's an old picture with just 2 lanes. Holy moly.
Can you share that?
Do you name it?
Let me see if
You
I
can, rather than sending it to him, you can just do a share screen with him really quick.
So that's it.
That way you don't have to
Oh, we're dead.
What?
We would die walking on that.
It's going to be interesting trying to get across. You will invariably be in traffic on a Sunday morning.
There can't be that much traffic on a Sunday morning.
Going across the bridge?
All right, so this bridge, you guys stand at the edge. It's not let's see. It's moderate traffic. You don't think you would be able to make it across without having anybody come up on you, so that people are going to go around you. So no one has any luck or anything like that. Do you have any gifts that give you luck or any sort of ability to move fast or
I can inspire. No, that I mean,
No.
Inspire
that's
the
not
group
gonna
to
work.
run?
I don't think that's gonna work.
never know?
I have heightened senses.
That will probably help with perception checks.
See, if there's a car fire, I'll be okay. Otherwise, I can jump real far. That's about what I got. I am serious about probably maybe depending on how difficult it would be walking on the edge of that.
Are you walking? Are you running? Or what are you doing?
I'm running until there's a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, or yeah, running and then until maybe there's a car coming and then I can hop up onto the ledge to try to get a little bit more out of the way and then slow down a little bit. But I'm pretty good at balancing, so
Okay.
I'll just use that as an escape route.
All right, you guys start across. Let's do perception and alertness.
Oh, and we're in a form, so
We're
You're
in a human form.
Yep.
Yeah, no heightened senses for me then.
Okay.
I'm sorry, perception and awareness.
Alertness.
alertness.
Yep.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
I got
It's
4.
a good
I got
morning.
2.
4-2.
Hang on.
I rolled 2 8s and 2 9s. I heard it. Whatever it is.
5.
Okay.
Oh my
You guys are all doing
gosh.
pretty good. You pick a moment and you all start taking off, and you guys are doing a pretty good run. So you can move 20 yards plus your dexterity times 3. So your dexterity dots times 3 plus 20.
I thought I had written this down somewhere, but no.
I gotta get technical
Dexterity
about this damn
times
bridge.
3 plus 20
Okay,
is
bridge.
32.
What's your dexterity?
4.
I got a
Oh,
26.
plus 20. I multiplied by 20.
Oh, that's much.
That's much higher.
yes.
So I'm 1 under you.
Okay.
What were you at?
32.
Okay. So
It's
I'm
about 4,000 feet long. So
yeah, that's more than
1,200
yards.
roughly
Yeah.
divided by however much you run, however fast you run.
I run 32.
Most people run. Well, she's gonna be the fastest.
I'm so slow. I'm at 26.
That means Julie's probably
So
28.
divided by 26.
No, I'm just 1 under you.
How can you be 1 under?
Right, but multiply, which means you're done
Oh.
by.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
I
this
didn't
is
think about that.
approximately, was that 46 turns to get across? 3 seconds apiece?
Yeah.
Damn.
Good God. We are not going to hold this out.
How about just roll a couple times to see if we get hit with a car?
Or if we could dodge the car.
Boy.
I feel like I can dodge the car. There's also probably rules for sustained running. This is a game about wolves. I'm sure there's.
Yes, if you are in lupus, you move 16 miles an hour, but that's lupus.
Actually a little bit more than 2 minutes
Running. Full speed.
running.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Run a mile in 2 minutes?
Apparently I can.
Holy cow.
Well, actually, yeah, because if I can run 30, so it's 4,000 feet. I have a calculator here. Hang on.
4,000 feet.
I can run 32 feet or 32 yards per second. Hang on, that's different.
Right.
Yeah, yards are.
4,000 feet. A yard is 3 feet. So divide that by 3, and then divide that by 32. So I need 41 turns plus. I need 42 turns rounded up,
Okay.
and then that gets.
We should actually go by the slowest person.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
was-
know.
And that's
That's what I
this
figured.
guy.
And it's 20 rounds per minute, right? Is what we decided because the round is 3 seconds.
Yep.
So yeah, I could do it in a little bit more than 2 minutes, but
Yeah.
so the slowest
But you were
person
really
is
fast.
right. So and how? So you've run how fast, Seth?
26.
Yeah.
That's still a little bit more than 2.5 minutes. That's less than 3 minutes to get across the bridge.
It's not bad.
2.56 with some change.
And if you were in lupus, you would be even faster.
But wolves on a bridge aren't.
Wolves on a bridge full of cars.
But for a couple minutes.
I think that would, well, actually, I guess it doesn't. It's not going to take that long, but
I think I would rather be
I'm
on the
more
safe side.
comfortable
Yeah.
being human.
We're humans.
That's-
People don't give a
You
shit about hitting us
you
with
guys
a
just leave
car.
the base of the bridge down a little bit, and you're like, I think I can do that. No, and you couldn't do that. And Dax is like, no, I can't do that. My toes are gone.
I forgot.
I run to the left all the time.
Well, just don't run into traffic.
Right. It's fine. It's
You
fine.
just run off the bridge. Whoop. All right, so you guys just take off and you start running.
We.
Dexterity and athletics. Anyone fails, you're going to have a cramp or something, I guess, because you're sprinting all of a sudden.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty's going to be 6. It's an average. It's concrete. It's
2.
Everyone's got nice running shoes on. 2 work.
Oh,
You just need 1.
I got 4.
4.
I'm barefoot.
Dax.
I say I'm practically
What?
also
Dax is
barefoot
cringing
because the
and
shoes
grimacing.
that I have.
How many
to me are
successes do we need?
Just 1.
Okay, I have 1.
Oh,
No cramps. He stretched a little bit.
Also 3 ones.
You are lucky, sir. That would have been passing out.
You need different dice. We're gonna have to buy you dice and send them to you.
Right. Or he'll be in town for Star
Yeah.
Wars, so we'll have to
Yeah.
get you dice for our Star Wars.
Because gift dice roll better.
It's true.
All right, I'm going to roll 1 10-sider for each 10 rounds for cars coming up on you guys pretty fast, I guess, to see if someone either doesn't see you or whatever. So we will go with, I guess I should roll this out in the open so that everyone can yell at whatever they want to do. All right, who wants to go first?
Me.
Oh, a botch.
So what does that mean? I botch? Wait,
Yeah, that's-
wait.
botch is never
Why
good.
can't we roll it?
Well, because he's rolling for the driver of the car
Yeah.
who just botched because she didn't
Oh.
apparently see
So
you.
he botched it hitting me.
He botched into
This will
hitting
be
you.
trouble. 1s are trouble. 10s are, hey, nothing going on. This is Dark Tree. 2.
Dark Tree's in the
So
other.
oh, that's right.
In
He's
the
a-
Umbra.
Screw him.
I'll roll behind the screen then.
Oh.
All right. Mary or Dax or Mary or Seth?
I'll go next.
3.
There's some shitty drivers. on
Mary's
the bridge.
okay. Dax is going to have to do some rolling, and
I'm
you're about to
getting
get
I am,
hit.
I am slow.
I
was the
can't
one with
jump out of the
strategic
way?
plan, and apparently I'm
It is
fine.
going to be a Dex and Athletics roll. Difficulty 8.
Oh my gosh.
As you,
This
all of a
is-
sudden, this car goes by Dax. Dax, you make a Dexterity and Athletics roll. Difficulty 7.
I got 2.
2?
I got 2.
1.
1. Dex gets almost clipped by a side view mirror as his car kind of squeals and adjusts to go around him and then adjusts too much and right at you. So 2,
Yeah.
you're going to have to jump out of the way. One way or the other. You're going to go to Riverside or you're going to go to
Riverside.
Riverside. Then another Dex and Athletics to grab onto the structure as you're leaping out of the way because this thing is going to basically hit the sidewalls. Difficulty is 8.
No.
No.
Can I
Bye.
try
Bye.
to catch her
Thanks,
before she
Dax.
dives into the river?
Does anybody have any explosive speed or anything super quick gift? Or you can roll, but it's going to be like a difficulty 10.
Can't I look into the river and see my reflection jump into the Umbra really quick?
You could.
Yeah, I have a.
Make a wits roll, difficulty 8. As
Ever-
you are leaping into the air, you go to reach out and you realize you're in Hamid form and you just like miss the triangle as you're going by. You're like looking at like.
I got 1.
Did you roll it all?
No.
You can roll a Dex Athletics, but it's going to
Okay.
be a difficulty 10.
That's fine. Okay,
And you might
I will at
need-
least try.
2 successes to do this. Dax just sees her leap as the car is swerving toward, and the car smashes into the side and basically totals itself. So if you had not jumped,
I will also scream, no!
I see 1.
I got 1.
Aw.
I got 1 and a bunch of 8s.
reaches
but-
out and it's just like you touch her hand and it keeps going.
I got a 1.
1 for your wits roll. You
Yeah.
remember the last time you looked into the Mississippi and the Umbra? It was terrifying. There were like souls and stuff, like stuff underneath the water that it's not. It's water and all the spirit world is really creepy and full of strange things, and unless you can see through it, and you cannot see through the Mississippi. All right, she is just not going over. Do you have anything to
Nope.
stop a fall or to keep yourself safe?
Nope.
I would like to use Ice Echo and just wave at her as she's falling.
Oh, project yourself out into midair and just be like, hi.
She is. How tall is this bridge?
I'm probably going to die.
Longest span, total length, width, longest span, clearance above, clearance below, 98 feet.
Are there any?
Doesn't it take 60 feet to reach terminal velocity?
There are rules on falling too. I gotta find those. One bashing damage for every 10 feet or 3 meters.
Should have spent a goddamn willpower point.
Could have spent a willpower
I
point.
forgot about that. I would have won. I would have saved you.
Oh,
I'm sorry. It's my fault.
you're falling into water. It won't be too terrible because it's not like glass. So every 10 feet. So you're gonna take 9 bashing levels of damage,
Which
but
is-
you get to soak them.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I shift into form while I'm falling?
You can, yes.
So
yeah.
I can be a little bit tougher? Isn't that
You will
chrono-
to do that
chrono-
as fast as you want to. Stamina plus primal urge, or you can spend a rage. And this is you get a rage point. So whatever rage you're at, if you're maxed out, you get the bonus rage point because you have just jumped off a bridge on accident, and you're like, rock.
So in that, if I fill it up, that's what does that
If,
mean?
No,
if it's over, you're very on edge. And,
Oh, wait.
But
So
you can spend
in
it.
this case, if you have any marked
I'm
off,
not.
you get to erase them when he gives you that point. If you
Those
didn't have any marked off,
Those were erased. You just couldn't tell. Okay. So I have 2 marked off. So
you would just erase one of them. You would have that many more to spend.
okay. So I'll spend a rage point. So I leave
So you,
one.
yeah,
Okay.
you leave it
So
all.
you spend a rage point, you turn into Kronos, and you soak. So it's your normal soak.
Yeah,
2.
but you're in Krynos, so that'll be improved.
Oh, okay. Stamina is plus 3. So
Yeah.
it's 5. So I soak 5 of them.
You roll
Roll 5
dice,
Gotcha.
and you're looking for 6s.
Sixes.
I don't remember what. I knew it was a static number. I didn't remember what it was.
3.
So you take 6 levels of bashing.
And so I go one. Just it's like 1 tick. Is that how that works?
Right.
Okay. So
One slash.
So that'll drop you down to crippled, but still conscious.
and I have can't I? I can't touch myself.
Right.
That is the bad thing. That's why I suggested somebody
That's
else.
unfortunate that you can't touch yourself.
That's why I suggested that somebody else take it so you guys.
And
could-
it's taboo for other werewolves to touch you like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
My group is terrible. I'm just kidding.
At least I'm
I
not a
apparently-
paladin.
I apparently did not.
Laying hands on myself. That sounds way worse.
That does sound way worse.
Yeah. Especially because it's a paladin and he's probably supposed to be a virgin.
Monks can also do that. right?
Yeah.
It's-
And that's super creepy too.
Yeah.
I remember like I
Oh,
had
the clergy.
every time I had a paladin, I'd be like, when I think about you, I touch myself. Every time I was healing people. Mm-hmm.
Which always makes me think of Buffy.
It makes me think of Austin Powers. Which is really sad, but I just watched that the other day.
The only thing I think of Austin Powers is moly, 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 moly.
I like the ending whenever they're covering up her boobs with other boob shaped things.
Yeah.
And then in the
And then
second,
the last picture of the picture of the boobs, that is my favorite one.
yeah. And then in the Spy Who Shagged Me, it was the same scene but with his penis.
Right.
Made me laugh. I forgot how funny those were until I watched it again. It's like,
I say I haven't seen them in a long time.
yeah, they stopped being funny because you saw them so much, but now that it's been like several years, they're funny again.
Well, and every time I see them, I suddenly remember that Seth Green is them, and that I
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
love Seth Green in everything. So, like, I've gone back and just watched Rat Race because Seth Green's in it, and I love that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And Idle Hands. I watched
Yeah.
Idle Hands not that long ago.
Forgot about that. What is he in?
It was a
he's
party
in,
movie he was in.
Can't hardly wait.
Yeah.
He's also in the TV miniseries of It,
Yes, he is in it when he's young.
and as a kid. Yeah.
Oh, are we still trying to figure out this damage
I just want to
situation?
make sure before we
Before we try to
move
cripple
on
your
and kill
character.
anybody again. Yeah.
By the way, I look over at the hobo with the backpack and go, "You don't have a rope in there, do you?"
I have a 50 feet of paracord.
Oh, you do have. I forgot about the paracord. You can try to give it to the bear or the bees.
Yeah.
You can try to throw it, and I could try to grab it.
Is the river more than 50 feet below us?
Yeah, 90.
Yeah,
98.
93.
It's 98 feet.
Damn.
98.
So it is going to be your stamina,
Mm-hmm.
and for bashing, the soak is difficulty 6.
Okay. So
Okay.
For lethal, it's 8, and for aggravated, it's 6 again. So you got 2 off,
she
Five.
took 3 off.
I took 3 off.
3 off. So 7. It's not too bad.
7.
so you're-
6. You said 9 damage
Right.
originally, I thought.
Yeah, 9.
So you're crippled, you're still awake. Skabaloosh hits the water. She has trouble moving. At a
Yeah, she's at -5s.
can only crawl about 1 yard or meter per turn, so the river starts taking her down.
Okay, which means that I'm going to have to get down there.
Yeah.
Tie off your rope, and we'll drop only 40 feet to the river, and that'll be significantly less of a fall. We won't hurt as much.
Okay.
Okay.
He works at tying the knot. Let's do a not primal urge. You gave survival, don't you?
Yes.
Dex.
Oh,
Intelligence
I thought you were
and survival to tie off your knot, or to pick the perfect knot to not slip.
Difficulty?
7, you're in a hurry. Your packmate is floating. She's dog paddling, all pun intended, to the surface and just.
I got
barely-
3.
3, good enough. Do a nice sailing knot.
But yeah, some kind of
Some-
square or something.
All right.
Save your, to
Sheep
save your
shank.
friend now.
Yep.
Yes, yeah. As soon as he gets done tying that, I swing over the side and I start climbing down. And then after I get below the level of the bridge, I'm going to switch to Krynos.
Okay. Dex and athletics. Difficulty is easy because you have a rope. So I'm going to say a 3.
Difficulty 3, I got 5.
Okay. And I believe it's for each success equals 5 or 6 feet.
Of climbing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 5. So
25.
I'm halfway down
Yeah.
the rope.
Yeah,
So
halfway
I
down
have
the
to
troop.
do it again to get the rest of the way down.
And are you
Oh, right, and then I was
Raging?
going to change to...
rage change?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That sounds like the fastest
Instantly,
way to do this.
she changes, and the rope goes up top as Dax is
it's
looking
paracord.
down.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
It's a good thing he tied that extra long.
And then that
extra
gives me a
nice.
little bit more dex to
Yep.
finish climbing.
Dex, there are lots of cars stopping now, and people are getting out and asking, did someone just jump off the bridge?
We're taking care of it. No problem. Nothing to see here. Just
I got
get back in your car and drive on.
I'm down.
Okay.
I got 7 successes on that
Oh.
one. Yeah, that's
So you're at the bottom of the rope?
right. And then I'm going to drop.
Okay. Again, every 10 feet, it's a bashing.
Right. So.
All right. As soon as she
So,
drops, I'm pulling the rope back up and skedaddling to get downriver.
He's going to
Oh,
go
you're
further
going
down
back?
rivers.
Okay.
Okay.
Untie your rope real quick, and you take off back the way you came.
So,
No, I'm gonna go across the
he's
river.
crossing the bridge to get to the other side.
Oh, you're going
get
to finish going
downriver.
across?
Yeah, finish going across, and then I'm gonna go downriver to see what I can do. If I need to throw the rope out to catch him, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to. How much? So if it was 50 feet, so I'm still taking
Five levels bashing.
I need to soak 5. My stamina is now this.
Abigail, what is your dexterity and athletics? -5.
Not a number.
-2.
Okay. So this first turn of being in the water, you gain 1 bashing level back.
Oh.
Wait, you're in...
She's in Kranos.
Kranos.
So yes.
So I'm mauled now.
Correct.
Okay.
I soaked 2, so I take a 3,
Right.
which is still way better than she's.
Right.
And that'll heal up pretty quickly. I forgot about that. In that case, I strike out towards her.
Okay. Perception awareness.
Perception,
Mississippi does move pretty
awareness.
swift.
Yes. Well, it depends on the year. What?
This is summer. Mid-summer.
So no, it won't run as fast because there's less water in it.
Right. Difficulty.
If you care about that, I mean, you could
6.
say it runs fast, and you're the GM. So
I botched.
You're looking around. Oh, you botch. She's over there. God. And
Make
she
fun of
starts
my dice, will you?
furiously swimming in one direction. And Abigail's like bobbing along, and you see the camera is like the bridge in the background, and she's facing away from the bridge because it's just she's keeping up, and slowly turns around as the tide takes her, and she looks over, and there she goes swimming off to the left. And you're like, hey, where's she going? What's happening? Abigail, perception awareness, as you're watching her swim away.
Maybe she has a plan.
She's swimming directly toward like a log that's floating along, and it looks like a person. It could be a person, but you're like, no.
can I yell things?
Yeah.
I tell you that's a log.
Another perception awareness from you. As Dax is making his way another 10 yards, you hear her head pops up.
3.
And their ears flop up and they triangulate.
Oh,
a
did
little
you
better.
change too?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
in Kranos as well.
Another round passes. You guys both heal up 1.
Okay.
And Dax is almost to the edge of the end of the bridge. Traffic flowing toward the direction he's going has stopped.
Okay.
All right. She changes course. Dexterity, athletics.
Can I do anything now? Can I like tread a little better or?
You're at -2s right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, dexterity and athletics -2 to swim toward her or toward the edge. It's up to you.
My single die.
Single
What's my
die.
difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be a 7. The Mississippi is not a friendly.
I get
Oh, you
one.
got one.
I'm so excited.
You start making your way toward the edge.
I got 4.
Like I'm trying. Yeah. I'm like
And she
treading water.
starts heading in your direction. It's pretty easy because you're down river from her.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Another healed up, and Dax has made it to the edge of the bridge.
I'm at -1s now. I get 2 dice to do things.
Are you staying in Hamid form, Dax, as you run south
Oh, I thought you were talking about us.
Right.
along the riverfront?
If I'm out of visual range, I'm gonna switch over to Hispo and
Okay.
go faster.
I don't.
Must go back.
Oh, okay, Hispo, yeah. Are you going to try and normally change, or are you going to do a rage change?
No, rage change.
Okay. Spin the point, and you instantly transform into Hispo. I believe this area is. Let me check.
It's pretty industrial.
I'd say we're well north of the riverfront area.
Well, no, we're really close to Laclede's Landing.
You're
Well, I
really
guess that's
close
true.
to it. Yeah. That's
So we're
exactly
probably
right.
about halfway through Laclede's Landing. But everything along the actual river on Laclede's Landing, there's a big gap. Like,
Right.
there's a road.
In the 90s,
Memorial
was
Park.
Laclede really popping like it?
Yes.
No.
Well,
I thought it
not
kinda-
all the way down to the riverfront.
Yeah, because
That's-
the Casino Queen was, or the boat was still there. The river boat.
That's over by the arch.
The
no,
Admiral?
it's parked at the edge of Laclede's Landing. Once it went away, that's when they put in Lumiere.
Oh.
It was down the
wasn't-
same street.
Was that back then, though?
No, well, the boat was still there. Lumiere wasn't.
Because there was a while where the Admiral just wasn't.
But it's also
Sunday in the morning.
dawn on a Sunday
Yeah.
morning, which means
Yeah.
that nobody is there.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody there.
I mean, it's not as built up as it is now,
And it looks like Laclede Landing really doesn't go. There's not, from what I'm seeing now, there's nothing past like First Street. Like that's the old spaghetti factory.
Yeah,
it's
and
it's just a road, and there used to be the casino there, and that was it.
And you're probably getting close to the Eads Bridge. You're probably going to go past it. Yeah.
Well,
So
then
I'm going to
there's the
say
arch
you're
grounds.
angling toward the St. Louis Arch parking garage thing, maybe a little bit farther south. You might actually wash up right underneath the arch.
Which actually isn't that bad, because then we can walk up from that street. It runs all the way up.
All right.
I got 3 successes on
Three
the last
successes. This is the second one.
Right.
I got 1.
You rolled one more time? Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys eventually meet up, and she's looking a lot better now. She doesn't look as winded or knocked about. And you guys start swimming together. Let's do another Dex Nath Athletics. Difficulty is still 7.
Nope.
Do we heal one more?
You do heal one more.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Have I caught them yet?
Make a Dex and Athletics roll. Difficulty is it's the same running thing we did just a minute ago.
Whoa. What was that? Was it?
Yep.
It's 7.
Across.
You said 6, right?
Yes. Because you're on the street and everything.
4.
Concrete. 4. You see them bobbing around as you're getting closer and closer. They're still kind of being swept down the river. So how many did you get?
I got 4.
4. Okay. She's moving closer and closer. You guys go by the Admiral, and one more roll. Heal up one more level. Everybody roll Dex Athletics. Difficulty 6 if you're on land.
I'm going to try to stay
7.
on her downriver side just to make sure that...
Okay.
2.
1, 2, 3,
Yay.
4, 5.
I did okay.
You guys eventually stop pretty
4.
much right at the base of the arch, and he comes running up about that time to help you guys get out of the muddy bank.
Now I'm just bruised.
All right, another couple seconds to stand there. Everybody heals up again.
I tried to shake off as much disgusting as can and then turn back into not gigantic wolf monster.
Yes. Agreed. Ditto.
Yeah,
Perception
and I'll go back to Hamid too.
Perception awareness.
Perception.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
3.
Okay. As you're
2.
both rising up out of the water and shaking off the muck, you see there's at least 4 people around that are like sitting on the steps and drinking alcohol and things like that, and they freak out.
Well, nobody will believe them anyway.
If they're drinking alcohol,
Right. I mean, if,
It's all panics, and one person is like doesn't believe it, and they take off running, like leaving all their stuff behind.
Don't we have the thingies on us where they can't really see the thing?
That's what this is.
Okay.
It's the delirium takes over.
The delirium. Okay.
So
Trying to remember that word.
2 of them shriek and run off. Another one just doesn't believe what they see, but they take off because the other people are running. Basically, it's kind of scary seeing you guys kind of come out of the water, 9 feet tall, wet,
dripping
hairy.
with awful...
It's fine.
And you guys smell because the Mississippi is full of industrial waste.
I'm glad I don't smell like you guys.
Yeah, it stinks.
Is there like a place we could wash off nearby? Because if this is creatures, they're gonna be able to smell us.
Right. No, I need to take a shower. Like,
We
right
need to
now,
go
I
somebody.
need to take a shower.
Is there like a YMCA? Maybe we can sneak into a hotel. There's tons of hotels. Oh, there's the geyser across the river. Oh, we're not going back across.
No. I have
There's no fountains
I
in
have
the
a condo somewhere, but I don't know where it is. We never decided that.
in the Gateway Arch area.
Oh, there's a lake though. There's like a lake in the arch grounds. It's like a pond.
There's no pond in that arch.
Yes, there is. Oh,
That's what I'm trying to look and see. I don't see
I used to walk there all the time.
the old cathedral.
Oh yeah, there's 2 ponds.
Yeah.
It's on either side of the arch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's one on each side. They're hidden because there's like wood, there's like trees and stuff.
I'm looking at the Google Maps right now.
I did a photo shoot there because like the modeling agency was on Laclete's Landing.
Is that what it is? I'm looking at it and it looks like it's drained. That might be.
Oh, you're looking at the.
Is it
Maps.
is it a new one? It's probably because they drained it before the arch grounds
I bet that's what it is.
revamp.
So yeah, there's a nice little pond on either side. So north or south? You guys will eventually be
'cause
heading
that's
north. Yeah.
where we're headed.
Wow, both ends are drained out. I wonder if they drain over the winter and this is a winter. No, it's a fall picture. There's fall leaves.
No, I guarantee they drained them so the ducks wouldn't be around whenever they're doing the arch ground renovation.
Yeah.
Because all that's changing.
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be like fountains instead.
Okay.
They're covering over 44, aren't they?
Yeah, it's already that part's already done.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys get in the water and clean off. This water isn't great, but
It's probably
Better than it
better
was.
than
Better.
the Mississippi mud.
Yeah.
That's it. You guys still stink.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you guys can still smell it, but it's not as.
Can we roll around in the grass? You think that'll help? I'm serious.
No. She says that, and then I turn into a wolf and do that because we're protected by some trees, right? There's
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
Then because that just sounds like fun.
Are you guys in Hamid form doing this?
No, we
I think I
Yeah,
shifted.
Hamid form. I would in Hamid
Washing
form
off.
washing off.
Okay.
Because washing off skin sounds much easier than washing
Yeah.
off fur. Just saying.
You guys get done, and perception awareness or alertness.
Difficulty?
Difficulties 5.
I got 2.
4.
Anything over a 2, and you guys, whoever did this, sees there is a patrol coming towards you. It's federal grounds. You guys are splashing around, having fun, scared a bunch of people.
We're gonna run away.
Yeah.
They got flashlights, so it's real easy to see them because they're
Who's,
shining them everywhere.
Anybody have a mirror? Can we disappear? We're not on the bridge anymore. That may be
There's
the fastest
water.
way out of this.
I just have my
right.
machete and my knife.
There's a pool.
There's a little
In
water.
that case, hey, you with all the gnosis, do you want to lead us over right now?
Sure. 1, 2, 3.
I really hope that Darktree is watching this calamity from Umbra. From the
You have
Umbra,
no idea where he's at.
being like,
No.
WTF? What did I get myself into?
Well, I rolled a whole bunch of ones.
It's
Oh no!
that is terrible.
Did
What was
you-
the difficulty, though?
Difficulty, you are in the downtown area, so it's going to be 8.
Shit.
Well,
I'll say 7 because you're in a park in the city, but 7.
All right. I rolled 2 10s and a 9 as well.
Oh, okay.
Good
That's 4
grief.
ones.
The whole group has lost the game.
We're just sort of trapped for 5 minutes while the cops come up and arrest us all. Like, and all we can do is watch.
So you guys instantly pop out. And you're on the arch grounds in the Umbra. The arch looks like it's made out of some steely, spiderweb, shiny material. The actual little park looks pretty healthy for the most part. The trees are all bright and colorful, and the water is actually really clean.
Now I turn into a wolf
The
and roll around in the
Mississippi
grass.
looks horrible. It looks like black oil sludge being pumped down the way. And you do not see Darktree. Nowhere to be found.
We are much farther south of where we were supposed to be when we
Yes.
crossed that bridge, though. So,
That's true.
yeah, no, I turn into a wolf, roll around in the grass, decide that it's fun. It's not really helping, but it was fun. And then I
Let's-
sort of look at everybody like we should go find him. Head back towards the bridge.
Yeah, head back up there and then we can shift out of here if we need
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
You guys head off.
We'll just stay in the Umbra and follow the river up. And then if we're in Lupus, we'll be faster.
Yeah. You guys pass under the Eads Bridge, which looks creepy and gross. But the Martin MLK Bridge looks very spiderwebby because it looks very spidery-like in reality. Perception and awareness?
Alertness?
Question?
Alertness.
What's your question?
No, he said it as a question.
Oh. I'm sorry, did you say the difficulty?
Difficulty's going to be 6.
Okay, 3.
But that'll actually be 4.
3.
Because Lupus, so I got 4.
Okay. As you guys are approaching, you see Darktree sitting off to the side, kind of hiding, looking at the bridge, waiting for you guys to cross back over. And his eyes are glowing, so you think he's looking into the real world. Strangely, like he keeps cocking his head every once in a while, looking around, like stuff's going by him.
Does he notice us at all? No.
No, because he's
No.
looking at you.
I'm gonna run up and bark in his face.
That's probably not good.
He's a little bit rude.
He runs up and barks in his face, and it doesn't seem like he notices.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. I've done this before, and you can't hear from the other side.
that's right, because we were looking through
Right.
whenever we were.
Right.
And so
Should we look through too?
can I like nudge his shoulder?
It does take some
Yeah.
because he can be attacked and not realize it.
Right.
Why doesn't one of us jump through into the real world?
Could do that too.
Like look through first, obviously, to make sure we're not in any danger.
Yeah, he's off to the side. He's not right up at the edge of the bridge.
Sundeckers is below the bridge.
Yeah, so he's sitting up. Actually, he's toward the end of it, closer to the edge of Illiclede's Landing, up by 3rd Street, North 3rd Street, which is not very. Boy, it's right there. It looks like there's an island in the middle of the road, and that's kind of where he's sitting. And there's no cover around at all. It's like concrete, all that
Yeah, I'm
good
just gonna
stuff.
try to like.
Actually, now I visualize where this is. I know what this is.
Oh, is it like adjacent from the dome?
Yeah, there's all
Okay.
the turns and everything. And
Yep.
it's like a little,
Oh, yeah.
little like triangle of concrete. It's just there's nothing there. It's kind of weird.
It's like under the bridge.
A little bit,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Not quite. Yeah.
I call that the rape triangle. I assume a lot of rapes happen.
I'm
under there.
saying there's a lot of
It's
things
really creepy.
I'm just saying rape is an adjective that gets used to describe a lot of things. Like that's just an odd way to use that word. Rape gauntlet, rape triangle, just all kinds of things are rapey.
It's if it's dark and scary. I mean,
So is someone going to
Rapey
pop
time.
over and then pop back?
it probably wouldn't be a good idea, would it?
Well,
If-
look back.
Well, you could do it in lupus form and be really fast back and forth.
Sure, do it. Do it, Seth.
Can
I
do it,
say
Seth.
I don't have the gnosis to want to risk trying that.
I mean, I
and
have
then
4
failing.
gnosis.
I have 3, so
It'd
I
be
am not
Gnosis
the nature
difficulty 8.
child.
Seth.
Well, 2.
2. It takes about 30 seconds, and he shimmers out. And all of a sudden, you see Dark Tree like lurch as he looks over at him. And then he starts blinking his eyes, and his eyes go from lit to non-lit. And he looks
Like
around
staring out of his face, like, oh, good.
He does a weird, like, sits back. Do it or if you want to jump back, Seth, or are you guys joining him in the room?
No, jump back and we'll
Jump
get
back
a
and
plan
we'll
of
figure out
attack.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to take me about 7 years.
One does take about 5 minutes. So he's slowly, you guys see him kind of pushing through this membrane.
Oh, I broke something.
It's all right. All right, 5 minutes later, he shifts through. While you're on the other side, you see a lot of, there's now emergency vehicles heading up the bridge to the accident. A couple ambulances go by.
Ambulance.
And that's what he was watching. He was watching all the traffic going over to
So
address the
everything's
accident.
fine. We're all fine.
Everything's good? You guys are back? You're all together?
Yep, everything's fine. Let's,
All right. And this place it's up by Cass. Cass Avenue and, 9th Street. And it looks a little different than it does in the real world, in our world. It's a lot of still blown out warehouses and things like that. There has not been any renovation. All right. You guys are all in the Umbra in this area with it's all concrete. It looks depressing. The highway structures are all there, and it's a very dense, fine spider webs that look like they're dusty and everything, oily. They're pretty gross because when it rains in the real world, it actually rains in the spirit world, but it's like a spirit ephemera. Yeah. So when it hits the areas where all that oil and everything is, it kind of soaks through the webbing, and so it's kind of drip. It's really gross. It's very alien too. There are street lights that are lit, but it's almost like a bale fire. It's a very strange light coming out of them. Before you is the landscape of St. Louis. Up to the north, it's decrepit old buildings that still look like they're there. If they've been knocked down in the real world, they still stand in the spirit world because they were factories, hat factories for a long time, shoe factories, because that's what St. Louis did in the 20s and 30s. So those buildings are all still spiritually there and active. So you guys head off north toward this area. Stealthily,
Yeah.
because of the last time. So let's do some dexterity and stealth.
Lupus.
So?
Dexes.
Oh, this is going to be no good.
You can spend willpower points if you want to succeed. We're just going to do one for the trip up.
Okay, I don't
Alright.
have stealth, but I'm relying on dex.
And what was the difficulty?
Difficulty's going to be a 7. Are you all humans, or are you wolves, or lupus?
Lupus.
Yep.
Oh, that gives us stuff, doesn't it?
It's
Yes,
plus 2
plus
dex.
2 if you're Kronos.
Or
And
it's
plus
plus
2
2
if you're
lupus.
Linus.
It's only plus 1 Cronus to dex,
I got
I
2.
think.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. I also got 2.
Sorry, I'm adjusting. I have 3.
Okay. It's good enough you guys duck in and out and around, stopping every once in a while to listen while Weaver spirits trickle along with some of the power lines. Eventually you make it up close to this building, and it's a good 6 or 7 story building, warehouse, and it is perception and awareness.
And we're near Cass and 9th.
You guys are up near Cass and 9th.
Wait, there's a difficulty for on Lupus?
It's minus 2 difficulty.
Minus 2 difficulty. So the difficulty is going to be 8 as you guys are approaching this place.
So we
So
need
it'll drop to
10s.
6.
6.
Oh, 6. Okay. I'm sorry.
I got 1.
I got 4.
I got 4.
Okay.
You fucker.
1, you don't really see anything. 4s, you both zero in on. There are large wasps every once in a while that you guys are running into, and they are about palm size. These things are huge. So they're circling around every once in a while. You'll see them heading toward the building, and some are heading away from the building. As you get closer, they start getting more and more apparent. They're more and more around. So before you get up too close, they notice that you're not really paying attention. They start noticing that there's more buzzing around as you get close to this building.
And they're the thing that we saw inside the thingy, right?
These are wasps.
Oh, what did we fight in there?
A giant
Those are
radioactive
bees.
spider.
Oh,
the
that's
radioactive
right.
spider, yeah. And you
I
guys
would like
in
to
the restaurant.
look into my machete and go back to Hamid form and get out of the wasp area
Do you want to go back into the real world?
and watch the building from that
From the real world?
perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what he suggests. Dark Tree kind of nods.
I agree.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
All right.
As you stop and look back, like...
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
So everyone grabs Dax,
Yes.
and the difficulty is still 8.
3.
3. Pop through. Thump. And you guys are in a desolate street. There are street lights here and there. This building looks like it's been renovated a little bit. It's not totally decrepit, but it is. It's got lights on inside and things like that.
Okay.
You guys shift into the real form, or into the real world. Pop and street lights, desolate. No cars are driving through this area, and it looks like a building that's been renovated a little bit. So like, there's no broken windows or anything, but it looks closed.
Okay.
You guys gonna skirt around and kind of get a feel
Yeah, I
of
want
it.
to get a lay of the land.
Perception and alertness.
Being relatively stealthy about it. I mean,
Oh yeah, perception and alertness first, and we're gonna do a difficulty 8 because you guys are really looking at all details and what's going on.
2.
2,
1.
1,
No, none.
none. The 2, as you guys are approaching and kind of circling around the building about 20 or 30 yards out from it, Dax notices that there's a patrol walking around, which is not
Normal.
police. And it just looks like 2 guys walking around, but they look like they're armed. And you guys sit for a little bit. They pass by the front. It looks like they're smoking and carrying on, and they go back around the other side. You guys continue around. Let's do another perception awareness or alertness. Difficulty 8.
What's the difficulty?
Are we still in
Difficulty 8.
lupus? We're still in lupus, right?
3.
No, we changed.
Oh, yeah,
I
we did.
changed human before we're coming back to the
Yeah,
real world.
That's right.
How many, Dax?
3.
3.
I got nothing, but I didn't botch.
1.
Okay. It looks like as you get around to the back, there are large garage doors that maybe there's inside parking. And these are big garage doors. These are like semis can go through 2 or 3 side by side.
Ooh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah. So like one whole face of this building is nothing but garage doors with ramps coming out. And they're closed. They're metal.
Do they open like garage door style or side by side?
Straight up, yeah. Garage door style. Like they're probably on remotes or whatever, or they get up close.
Is there any other activity other than the...
Nope, you guys get back around to the front, and it looks like a nondescript business doors. They're the glass doors with the metal push handles and stuff on them.
Now, can we sense the worm by using anything?
You would have to have a gift, sense worm.
It's a gift.
I thought it was
first
a gift,
level
but I can't
gift.
remember.
Yeah.
But we can't just like recognize it if we saw it.
If you saw it, yes, but if it's disguising itself, which there are lots of gifts and things for the other side to mask it all. But right now you don't.
I was just trying to decide if
It
we
doesn't
could...
look creepy. You don't see any radioactive stickers or anything like that, which would be a pretty apparent sign of the worm. I don't think anyone has sense worm, do you?
No.
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 Okay.
Well, we can approach this one of 2 ways. We can just scout and come back at night and break in and hopefully nobody's here. Or we can walk into the business and see if we can get anything.
Yeah.
They don't know who we are.
Yeah, right, but if
It's
they're
also
the
early.
worm...
They may not be open right now.
Right.
Like, it might be worth just seeing if we can get. I mean, if the security guards walking around make me think that it's not a walk-in business.
Right. Perception, awareness, or alertness.
Everybody or just Mary?
Now that she says that, everyone roll.
Still 8.
7.
Okay, I got 2.
2?
7 this time?
Yeah.
3.
4.
Because you're looking for something specific. You guys all notice there's a swipe card reader on the side of the door. It doesn't look like there's anyone like a reception area or anything. It's a swipe to get in, or you push it up against a sensor. Those nice, thick, fat
The big
cards.
RFID
It's got like
tag cards.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't look like there's any operating. They don't have any sign that says operating hours, open hours, or anything like that. It just has like Roadway shipping.
Looking around this place, you said that like there aren't any broken windows or anything. Is this like warehouse style where the windows are up high
Yep.
and real little, and you can't see into the building
Yeah.
through them?
For the first 3 stories, it's just all concrete, and then up top there's the larger windows.
Okay, the
So
ones that you have to prop open outwards and.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But the top of the building looks like it's a little more Art Deco. It's a little nicer, like office windows. Maybe that's where
Are there any buildings close by to this one, or is it standing by itself?
there is another building close by, and it is taller than this building.
So I'm thinking we may try for roof access, and
I was
may
just
be
gonna
the
say.
best way to get it
Agreed.
without being seen.
Okay.
So let's go try to break into another building.
This building looks like it has recently, it's not housing anything, but it still could be used. It's not abandoned. It's just empty, derelict. There's like a for sale sign or for rent sign outside.
Okay.
All right.
Still being making sure there aren't any kind of
Being stealthy.
alarms or anything to be triggered or anything.
Perception and alertness. Difficulty 6.
Everyone?
Yeah.
I got 2.
2.
3.
0, but no badge.
Okay. It looks like there are alarms on the doors, the windows, because it's still rentable. It's still a property. In this area, it has to have
Gotcha.
bars
Is there,
on the windows, the lower windows.
is there a fire escape? If it's one of those big
Yes.
buildings downtown, I bet it does.
Yeah.
In that case,
Looks like it's an okay shape. It's not brand new. It's not falling apart.
But it's not going to kill us, is what you're
I
saying.
don't think so.
then I'm going to try to jump for the fire escape.
Okay. Jumping.
I'm just over here trying to open some doors.
I tell you
They're
to
locked.
stop that.
They're all
because
locked, yeah.
They're all locked,
Yeah.
and you,
But I'm going to try them all anyway since I didn't roll.
right.
any.
But when I see you trying the doors, I'm like,
She
hey,
stops
hey,
you,
hey,
yeah.
stop that! Don't you see I point out the alarm contacts that are right in front of your
yeah,
face?
thanks.
Dex Athletics. Difficulty for the jump. I think it's like 8.
Oh, that just helps me for jumping farther. Not.
271.
Difficulty 8, you say?
Actually, hang on. Let me activate Hare's Leap as a reflexive, and that gives me Strength Athletics difficulty 7, but doubles my leaping distances, so that it won't be hard for me to jump up. I assume.
Oh, this is a strength roll. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it should
Jumping
be
is a
strength
roll.
athletics, I think.
While running leaps, add athletics to the dice pool. A typical jump roll is a difficulty 3,
Okay.
but hazardous conditions, uneven surfaces.
Oh wait, that's leap. Okay, I'm assuming that's distance leaping, not jumping high. Never mind.
So a horizontal leap is your strength. The vertical jump is going to be your athletics.
It's going to be what?
Athletics added in.
Okay. In that case, never mind. My gift won't help, but I still have some strength in
We're going to
athletics.
say difficulty's 3.
Okay.
You're just jumping straight up. There's no like trash or anything in the way.
I rolled a 4.
What form are you in?
Hamid.
Hamid.
All in Hamid. So you're basically jumping 2 feet per success in Hamid.
I jumped up 8 feet?
I also jumped 8 feet.
Whoa.
Nice.
What?
So you both jump up and will Dex Athletics to actually grab onto it and pull yourself up.
P.S.
Difficulty 6.
I already rolled 2. I was
Oh,
just getting ready to say
there's
there's
the
some
thunder.
serious lightning that just happened. Like,
1.
serious.
I got
1,
4.
4.
2.
Everyone makes it up the fire exchange or the fire ladder and gets up to the first tier. Peeking in, it's all abandoned inside. There's like plugs and stuff that are sitting out. So first fire escape, yeah. The windows are still armed. They've got the metal tape around the perimeter of them. You guys want to keep going up to the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get up to the top of the fire escape, and it's a quick little shuffle up. You guys can stand up on the railing and then make it to the roof, and you're overlooking the other building. And perception and alertness, you guys are all standing at the edge looking at this building.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 7.
2.
1.
You all notice that there are people working in the building at the top level. It looks like a call center almost. And
The top level of the building we're in?
the opposite. You're
Okay.
The one
scoping
we're
out.
aiming for.
I'm so accustomed to like today's time. I'm like, I get out my phone and look up their phone number.
No.
Oh, it's the 90s.
It's 98, so some of you probably may have a cell phone, but they're the candy bar, flip phones, good size, things.
It doesn't look at the internet.
It does not look at the internet.
No. Nobody has envisioned looking at the internet.
Voice- Voicemail on your phone?
I could have MapQuest text me.
I play a lot of Snake.
I didn't have a cell phone until well into the 2000s.
I think I got mine in
I got mine around 99.
Yeah,
99.
I was like 98.
was working for an
I was in
insurance
high
company.
school, I think.
Actually, I think I was in 7th grade because I was playing basketball. So my mom and I had a cell phone, so I can call her. When
I had to share a cell phone with
were
my
done.
sister.
Wow.
We had a cell phone.
nice. I'm sure that went well.
Worked for an insurance
I didn't
company, and they
do
came
anything,
through and
so-
sold us like a bulk, group cell phones. So we all got so shiny and new. All right, you guys look across, and there are about 10 to 15 workers. This is like cube heaven, where they're all in there, and they've got computers and everything they're looking at,
Ouch.
headphones. So you guys we're just going to go for about 10 more minutes. We'll get set up. There's a manager walking around. You see there's some security folks kind of milling about as well.
Okay.
And the other windows, you're looking down in them, and it looks like there are beds and stuff on one level.
I was going to worry about that. Okay. Well, if they're doing creepy things like automating truck drivers, they probably don't let these people go home and see their families.
Yep, that is a good observation.
And our mission right now is just to kind of observe, right? We don't need to act on anything. We just need to watch and see what they're doing.
Scope it out, and if you can get in and get some information as to what's going on, what they're doing, and where they're doing it at.
We may just want to, like, set up here
And chill.
and see what happens throughout the day. We have a vantage into the building. We have a vantage to the area surrounding the building.
And we can see if people go home or if they're stuck there all night.
Or who goes home, if there are people allowed to go home. We can also spend some time in the Umbra, making sure that there aren't...
We can do it in shifts.
Yeah.
Is there a place around here where we could go spend Abigail's money and get like cameras and stuff?
Not in this area. It's all kind of blown out, unless you want to try and deal with the undermarket, the black market. But you guys could do a foray deeper into the city to wherever and get.
I say we've got all day, and there are 4 of us, so it's not a big deal to...
Yeah.
I think we should send 2 to
Yeah.
buy cameras, and the other 2 stay and watch.
Okay.
And provisions and stuff since we're going to be hanging out here for a while.
That's
We have to
true.
think about
Good.
eating.
Yeah,
and,
beef jerky. We should do that.
Yeah. No, beef jerky. Tea and crumpets. I'm just kidding.
The look that I just gave you. You can't see through a microphone, but
That's the only way that Abigail spends her money is if it's tea and crumpets and gooey butter cake. And toasted raviolis.
all right, I've got money. I got it. Don't worry about it.
I'm just messing.
All right, so we'll cut it here. The plan is to get supplies next week and
And
then come
stake
back
out.
and do some stuff.
Yeah.
See what's going on. All right, we're going to do...
Oh yeah, look, I had it written right here. The last time we played was 9:24. It is 11.
1 point automatic.
5.
Learning curve. Yeah, everybody gets a point for learning curve. Concept. Good. Everybody gets that for doing their character well. Acting. Anyone stand out to anybody else?
I say didn't really do much.
And heroism.
I jumped in a disgusting river to save you.
Everybody gets 1 point for that.
I tied a knot.
You
There
did.
you
You
go.
tied it out very well, which stopped me from breaking more bones.
3. Because we're going to split this episode up into 2.
Okay.
On account of
In the kind of deadly storm. Yeah.
When that happens, I will care that.
This has been a production of Gaming Without Gaming. All rights reserved. You may download only material displayed and identified on the site as specifically available for downloading. Such material is for non-commercial personal use only, provided you also retain all copyright and other proprietary notices contained on the materials. You may not, however, distribute, modify, transmit, reuse, repost, or use the content of the site for public or commercial purposes, including the text, images, audio, and video without our written permission. Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition is property of Onyx Path Publishing. Please visit DriveThru RPG to purchase your copy of the game today.